Alright, so now I'm going to start with the next day, which was Sunday, like I said, and just to recap, um, Athens, I'm going to focus mostly on Athens here because he is the one that the rest of the group, they kind of follow him, because they think that he's smart because he got valedictorian. Um, and then the next day he said, or some day after this, he was like, 90% of what you said, you got wrong. Um, like you can please go watch the rest of the entire video that I made yesterday, but there was literally one thing, and it was a minor fucking point that I got wrong that was supporting the major argument, which he was totally wrong about. And just to recap, this right here exemplifies it. You see Athens Green. Why else would they be working towards the ability to purify uranium fast enough to create a nuclear weapon within a week? He is saying that at the end of February of 2026, Iran had the capability to create a nuclear weapon within a week. That right there is the main fucking point. Okay. Now, the minor point that I got wrong was, and the reason I got it wrong was because I've been learning everything about this fucking conflict in like a day or two before it. With their nuclear program and the JCPOA, all that sort of stuff, fast tracking all of that to get caught up to date. So I did not know that 60% uranium was actually a lot closer to 90% than it sounds, because the later stages of your nuclear or your uranium purification of that process, the later stages are accelerated. It's a lot faster than from 0 to 30 or for 30 to 60. 60 to 90 is quicker. So you can get to 60 to 90 within a week or a couple weeks or whatever. And that's what Athens probably thought he was referring to. But the main fucking point is, no, dumbass, they were not fucking close. It was not some imminent threat that Iran was going to have a nuclear weapon, that we just had to go ahead and strike them now, as they were arguing. And they said a whole bunch of other stupid shit like, you don't need 60% purified uranium for anything other than bombs. That's flat out not fucking true. Now, I'll do you a favor. Like I said in my other video, I'll do you a favor, and actually, even though it is used for other things, Iran isn't using it for other things, right? They're not building any of those devices, any of the few devices that you do need 60% for. But it still can be useful for strategic and negotiating reasons. Also, he says you can make a bomb with 60%. I don't know why. I don't know if he intentionally kept that vague because he knows you can't make a nuke. But idiot, the point again was nukes. We're talking about nukes here. Of course, they have bombs. They already fucking have bombs. If we're just worried about them having regular bombs, then we don't even fucking need to bring up the uranium, because they already have them, okay? And then if you want to go further and be like Trump and say, well, they have to get rid of all their ballistic missiles, that's unfair. That's bullshit. We're not going to fucking start bombing countries just because they have bombs. So yeah, the only thing that I got wrong the whole fucking time was the 60% isn't close to 90. And even then, it's not even like a, black and white, cut and clear 100% wrong, because, it's really like, what is close? Define close. You know what I'm saying? For a few weeks may not be close, and whenever you actually consider how rigorous those investigations would be if we were actually checking them and checking their program. Side note, I've been telling them recently, and I said this in my last video, I told them, hey, where's that nuclear weapon Iran was 1 week away from building? And then I sent them to, just a second ago, I sent them a video of Pete Hegseth in front of Congress saying that, and this is another thing I was telling them, I thought we had destroyed their enrichment facilities, so they actually can't enrich their uranium anymore, because in 2025, in the summer, we destroyed it. That's what Trump said. And the Congress member said that to Pete Hegseth, and he was like, oh, well, it wasn't about whether if they were going to get nuclear weapons or not, even though that's literally, I remember Trump telling a reporter, you wouldn't even be standing there right now. You're lucky we intervened, and we stopped it right in its tracks. But it wasn't just about that. Pete Hegseth goes, oh, well, they still have the ambition to create a nuclear weapon. so glad that that video came out. I wonder what they'll probably have no reaction, but hopefully they have some sort of reaction to it, because that's just too good. That just dismantles their shitty argument a little too well. Oh yeah, to support what I was talking about yesterday, my video yesterday was a little more about also just my approach to this and how it influences the group dynamics. I've kind of put this whole group, well, not the whole group, because they're still cool. They've been cool. I mean, they were friends before I came along. And I met them through another friend, and then it was politics that really got me and TJ talking. I mean, that's all we've ever really been friends about, like close friends. Other than that, I never really liked him anyways. But I really got close to him after the politics thing. I started to like those parts of him that I didn't before. And now he's turning me. Anyway, what was I just about to fucking say? Oh yeah, this is just supports that earlier. I'm not the kindest when I talk, and I'm calling everyone retarded. I said Athens has to be passive aggressive to get his ideas through by liking other people's messages, because every time he tries to articulate his thoughts, I expose how retarded he actually is. Because he was like liking other people's messages. And then Sam goes, "You said you were done arguing, and now you're calling people retarded." And I said, "Your point? Sam is retarded too, lol." And then TJ says, "We've been done." And I said, "No, TJ, your stupid ass has been done." And then I said, this was probably the worst. Now, part of, let me just say it. TJ, if there were no laws, I would paralyze you. I'm laughing. I didn't really actually mean it, of course. But like, I just go a little too hard. And I do this with everybody. Even when we're just bantering, like I'll tell my cousin, I'm like, "I'm about to hang you by your intestines," or something like that. Like, and I realized, like, then it's funny, and it's not actually funny. It might still be a little too far, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that kind of is a little weird, but it's like, it's funny then, but when you do it in an actual heated exchange, it don't come across that way. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, here's an instance of Athens not knowing what moving the goalpost means. Hayes and Athens have both done this ever since I started saying that to them in arguments, where they like start also accusing me of moving the goalpost, and they do it in moments that have nothing to do with moving the goalpost. They don't know what the fuck it is. So for a while this morning, we weren't even arguing about anything policy-wise. We were just arguing about what each other has done. Like when I just said earlier about the passive aggressive, like you're liking other people's things. Or if I told him, "You guys start every political conversation now. I just tell y'all that y'all are retarded." And then I said, TJ claims I don't care, and then sends novel. Look right here. And he says, "It's not that I care, I just don't want to talk about it. Plus Sam sending that first message was just informing us." See, that makes no... It's not that I care, I just don't want to talk about it. That makes no sense. If you don't care, then that would mean you don't want to talk about it. What? Fucking idiot. Plus Sam sending that first message was just informing us. You're the one that tried to argue something. Him sending that first message, and then I'm responding to it, and then he responded back. Like, again, I told them this later. It takes two to tango. Like, Jesus Christ. Hold on. I'm trying to pause every time I scroll, because this is going to be a long ass video, and I don't want you to sit here and watch me fucking read. Everybody would say a different thing and come at a different way, and like TJ, he would do those things I just said, and then later he was like, "Oh, I just don't want to have 200 messages," and so I would respond to each thing that all of these people are saying. TJ, Athens, and Sam. Fuck, I gotta scroll back. No, I don't actually. I just searched for, and he goes, "Professional goalpost mover over here. You're reaching on so many levels." That was TJ, and then I'm like, I told him, I was like, "No, I'm not. Holy shit." or no, I said elaborate on him, and he says, you're changing what you're arguing about every 2 seconds. Yeah, that's because you guys are fucking presenting me with new bullshit to address every 2 seconds. That's why I'm not focused on one thing. Like, what? It's not like we were on one argument and then I changed my opinion of that argument and start defending another opinion on this. That's what moving the goalpost is. Where if, like, you figure out you're wrong on something, so you kind of dial it back a little bit and make a less intense claim or something of that sort. That's what moving the goalpost is, not talking about different subjects as you fucking idiots present them to me. Like, such a retard, bro. Again, this guy is a valedictorian. He was a valedictorian at his high school, and they think he's like so fucking smart. They think he's the smartest dude that they know. Like, I don't fucking get it. I really don't. And he is in a, like, he makes good grades, and he's even still in college makes good grades. He made like a 97 on his physics exam. I think final. So it's like, he's smart, but he can't fucking reason, and he like just assumes he knows shit. I feel like he's got like a good memory, and that's about it. But I don't know. Oh yeah, and then because that his original sentence made no fucking sense, I read it wrong. The one that I told you guys earlier. Hold on. It's not that I care. It's just that I don't want to talk about it. So he's basically saying, I don't care. I just don't want to talk about it. Like, that's the same fucking thing. So I read it the other way. I read it as if he was saying, it's not that I don't care. So I do care about it. I just don't want to talk about it. I just don't want to talk about it right now. That would make sense. Like, that is, you know what I'm saying? And so that's how I read it. And then whenever he told me that I misread it, which I did, I went back and I was like, oh. And then I said, I was like, no, you just made a typo. Because there are times that I haven't showed you guys, but I just will, just to fucking prove it, because I don't want you guys to think I'm lying. Like here, there are times where I'll like joke and they know it. That's why he hearted my thing. It's like, I was joking and I said, oh no, you just made a typo, idiot. And then TJ goes, you're reaching. Are you fucking serious? Oh my God. That's not even what reaching means, bro. That's not even what reaching is. That's the same thing with the goalpost thing. That would just be me claiming something that I just have no fucking... It's not like, oh, that could be true, but I'm kind of, that's a reach. You don't have enough evidence there. That's not what the fuck that is. If I was just claiming that you made a typo whenever you're saying you fucking didn't, that's what you meant. That's not a reach. I'd just be wrong. I would just be like blatantly saying some bullshit that I know isn't true. That I have no evidence for. Not a little evidence. Not like, oh, it could be. Like, I'm just really such a dumbass. But anyway, they like all were hearting his message, and they didn't understand that I was joking. Here it is. Here's that text. It's kind of crazy because 90% of what you said yesterday was factually incorrect. Nothing. The only fucking thing that was, like I said earlier, was a little 60% thing. That, yes, I guess 60% isn't that far off from 90%. And he never came back and said this, and Athens was never like, no, actually, look, 60% is a week off. I did this myself. Later, as I was watching more videos, I was like, oh, wait, yeah, apparently it is a lot closer than I thought. But still, it's support. Like I showed you at the beginning of this video, he was saying that they are a week away from nukes, not a week from uranium enrichment. So you're wrong from weapons grade enrichment. So you're actually wrong about that, and about that is the bigger main point, okay? That's what actually fucking matters, which you're wrong about. And we're wrong about all the other shit about 60% can only be used for one thing, and 60% is enough for a nuclear weapon. Like, shut the fuck up. You're just saying shit. And no, I wasn't wrong about 90%. 90%. Let me just throw out a big number. 90. Look at the MAGA cope here. He goes, TJ says, you love saying I don't want to argue because I'm just dumber. True. Because you fucks argue all the time. Why have we been arguing for an hour now? If I did this to my cousin, he just wouldn't say anything to me. I'm in so many other groups of people. Literally, I'll tell you, 4 other groups of people that I have said I've brought politics up in. Nothing like this comes about. Now, one of them is liberal, so I won't even count that one. They're all black. and we agree. So I'll just say 3. One of them actually we do with like my brother and my cousin and Hayes, those guys. Yeah, there was some arguing a while ago, but still, they don't like take it so fucking close to their heart and get. These guys are just such babies. Genuinely, they're so fucking childish and soft. All of them. Anyway, because you can't comprehend that I actually just don't want to argue because you're annoying. You can't go 5 seconds without arguing and insulting someone on their intellect. So when I say I'm done, you insult some more and try to get me to argue about something else. Again, you're a fucking big boy. If you don't want to text back, you don't have to text back. You fucking idiot. Like, genuinely, what the hell is wrong with these people? This was really like getting to me that day. Because I'm annoying. I'm just right. And whenever you're just blatantly going against every fucking thing that I send you, you're just lying. And just making shit up. For example, this is the shit that gets to me. In my video yesterday, I had made a point that Trump was saying that all Iran had to do was just say they weren't going to build nukes. And then I sent them a picture of AI. And I know it's AI, but it was still right. I know this is fact. This is true even outside of AI. I knew it before I looked it up on AI. It was just a quick way for me to get the source to send it to them, okay? So I sent them that, and it said, Iran claims it will never build a nuke. Really, let me get more in depth. They issued a fatwa against nuclear weapons. The Ayatollah thought it was against their religion. And so I'm making that point that he's just lying. Trump is just saying that all they have to do is this, and he won't attack, but they're doing it, and he's still attacking. And then from that they go, oh well, we can't believe what Iran says. You're really going to believe the global terrorists? They can't even get it right. It's global. The stupid ass talking point is the number one global sponsor of terrorists. But they can't even get that right. They're like, oh, you're going to just believe what... No, I'm not just believing what they're saying, idiot. Listen to my fucking point. They can't even get the fucking point straight. All I was saying was Trump was lying. He's saying they do one thing, they're still doing it, and he's still attacking. Okay. So that's the shit that pisses me off. And then I'll be like, no, 60% is not close to a nuclear weapon. And then they just fucking lie. And, oh, well, it actually is. It actually is. Like, what else do I say to this? Like, unless I just retract, which I should, but I like this. So don't come and be like, oh, well, why are you even arguing with these people? I'm not wasting my fucking time. Because I used to not be able to argue like this with people and like actually make solid points. And after I started practicing, now I am. And any asshole, Matt Nuclear, any of these people I go on TikTok live with, I wipe the floor with them. I got one guy who was big. I forgot his fucking name, but he's not massive, but he had this stupid ass banner on TikTok every single time about like guns don't kill. And I got him to change that. I got him to change his stupid ass banner and argue about something else entirely. So I benefit from this shit, and hopefully one day I'm going to monetize my YouTube channel in a few years. But anyway, so I'm getting something out of this. So what else do I say to these guys? Genuinely, other than just calling them retarded, which they are. If they want to take that to heart and let that upset them so much, that's on them. Fuck them. I mean, for years it was fine. I won't say year. Oh yeah, it was years. For years it was fine. We'd go in the game chat back and forth. I don't care that they're Republican. It's just that they don't like the fact that I'm liberal, and they can't fucking admit when they're wrong. They have to be right. Athens goes, good debaters don't. So this is now they can't focus on topics. Now they have to go and Hudson does this all the fucking time where they just start attacking. And at Halmanen, basically, they just start attacking me personally. It's like, good debaters don't personally attack people when they have a solid argument. Yes, the fuck they do every single time. Not every single time, but a lot of the times. He gets all these fucking hearts. Like, Jesus Christ. Pretty sure in actual debates, you can't cuss the opponent out and call them retarded. You can, actually. Now, if you go to, like, the Oxford Union, and this is something that I told them later, yeah, if you go to like the Oxford Union and certain places like that, there is this sense of formality there, and they try to maintain a respectful environment. But then there are other places that don't, and you can say whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't mean that one is more like intellectually superior than the other, at all. And then TJ's just being a little cunt the whole time because it was me and TJ that was only arguing about this at one point because he cares about it more than they do. And he like, I don't know when this fucking evolved, but he just has this like special little disdain for me now. And he's like, every little chance he gets, he tries to assert himself over me and try to make me think that like, oh, I'm the outcast of the group. I don't give a fuck about being the outcast of their group. Their group is lame as shit. They're annoying as shit. They think cursing is a sin. They get uncomfortable when I curse in the party. It's just, what the fuck are we doing with our lives? Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. And this dude TJ, he like knows all the Fortnite lore, and he knows all about these like cartoon ass games and these little games. He fucking goons. He's talking about he's got a porn problem. Like, fuck you, bro. You're really gonna do all this shit? And he goes, "This is why we don't start parties with you. This is why we don't start parties with you. You're not one of the. You don't get to come sit at our table." Like, shut the fuck up, bro. How about you try to focus on the topic at hand here, instead of being a little dick ass? What even is a dick ass? That was lame as shit. That was almost as lame as the shit they say in their parties. This is where I got to a place where I could talk, so I'm going to play some of my audio messages.
Okay, so first off, let me start. I clearly struck a nerve with Athens here. He's trying to play the ground. Actually, you're not a formal debater. I've heard good debaters. This isn't good debate. You're literally saying cuss words and calling us names. This doesn't happen at the Oxford Union. Hey, dumbass, maybe that's because it's the Oxford Union. Yeah, of course, if I go somewhere where I get invited somewhere to do a real debate, or I go out in front of cameras, like let's say if Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, you really think if Donald Trump didn't have the opportunity, he would start cussing the hell out of the person next to him? No, he's not allowed to, you dumbass. That's how debates work. You fucking idiot. I don't understand how you guys think this guy's smart. He's not.
And he never even brought up the Oxford Union. That was me. But see, that's the way I talk to them in these debates, and that is why they don't like fuck with me, and for lack of a better term. And then after that, after I tell them that actually people do, TJ goes, "But why do you need to?" That is moving the goalpost. We're focused on one topic, which is about, do good debaters curse or not? Does cursing make you a bad debater, or at least make you where you can't be a good debater at the very least? Their answer is yes. I'm telling them, actually, no, that's bullshit. It's just it's either trying to maintain an environment at a certain place, venue, looking good for the camera, whatever. It doesn't just mean you don't have good points or whatever the fuck. And then he goes, "But why do you need to? You don't actually." So that's another point. Now you're just saying, well, you don't need to. Okay, that's what it actually is. Athens goes, "So you just admitted that you like to be, that to be a professional debater, like you said you'd be. I don't remember when I said that. You can't cuss people out and personally attack them." That's not what the fuck I said, actually. That's not at all what I said in that audio message. "Also, why do you get this defensive whenever we call you out for being wrong?" What the hell is he talking about? I'm just refuting his point in the way that I know how to, which is use evidence for the contrary. Tell him how he is wrong. That it's just play for the cameras, or it's just maintaining a certain environment. If they weren't there, then even good debaters might still be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Watch Mehdi Hasan. Mehdi Hasan is a great example of this. Go watch the debate between Secular Talk and Kyle Kulinski and Charlie Kirk. Kyle Kulinski swears a lot. Oh, and then this whole thing came out. He was like, "Walker, I just informed the group chat of something you..." This is Sam. I don't know if I said that. "I was just informing the group chat of something, and then you decided to make it political. We all could have ended the conversation right there, but you," all caps, "yes, you had to make it something more. Nobody in here wants to argue about politics besides you." Mind you, we've been arguing for like over an hour now. "This all started because you had to get pissed at Elliot for saying, can't wait for Iran to get clapped." And then that's when I send them this. Can you see that? Start Trump argument. So he does. He starts it the next day. So he says tomorrow, and then too tired right now. So no, like I was saying in my video yesterday, I didn't get pissed at Elliot. Me and Elliot were fake arguing to rage bait them into joining because we know they're going to fucking join it. Even though, again, we never called them out by name. We weren't like in the same room as them physically. And it's like, oh, guys, stop arguing, where that really does pull them into it. It's easy as fuck to put the little group chat on mute for a second and not pay attention to any of the shit going on and just let it be between me and Elliot. But no, they had to jump in because, again, they actually do care. They've been arguing, sending paragraphs for an hour and a half, and they're telling me, oh, we don't care about this stuff. What is this stuff? This politics. What is politics? What are that thingies? But then I had to go and like start proving to Sam that, dumbass, whenever you start sending stuff about Cuba and attacking boats in Cuba's space, you know, waters, and you start talking about Iran war, how the fuck is that not political? What are you talking about? I decided to make that political. Like, now we're just in like La La Land, bro. He's just such an idiot. He thinks, because like people will say, don't be political, like, you know, you don't want to be political with random people or whatever, and they think that the only time it becomes political is whenever there's like hostility involved with it or bickering or of some sort. Just an idiot, bro. That's not what political means. Like, no, I didn't make the political topic political by starting to argue about it. And then Sam goes, right here is where it began. Again, remember, I was texting Elliot and we decided to just make this shit up, okay? And regardless, even if we didn't, if me and Elliot were seriously arguing back and forth, what the fuck would that mean for them? Again, they can just let that be between me and Elliot, but no, they have to interject. So, of course, you know, I'm Walker Lowe, that's me. So that I'm not looking at I'm looking at the screenshot. And hold on. Right there, when he says right here is where it began. And when I sent them that, I said this.
Really? I fell for Elliot's bait. It looks like you guys fell for me and Elliot's bait.
Which is the truth. And then TJ says, I forgot y'all were a couple. Oh, how does defeat taste, asshole? I forgot y'all were a couple. Wrong. There goes that talking point. Looks like you weren't getting rage baited the whole time. It looks like, wait, we were the ones getting rage baited? What? Oh my god. Oh my god. What are we gonna do? And this is where I'll get like actually heated. And this is, I'm so furious, but like fierce with my words. And that's why this is what, because I know genuinely, like, they're like, oh, like, just listen. You'll understand why they don't really want to mess with me anymore. And I get it. I really do.
Wow, this is group thinking on another level.
Because this was whenever they were all agreeing with Sam that I made it political. Like, why are you making everything political? All we're doing is just sending stuff. Like,
you guys can say anything, and as long as you all can collectively agree, yeah, we'll accept that because it makes us feel good and it makes us seem like we're all on the same side here. Then you will run with it. Are you fucking serious that Sam talking about people being killed and if you think about what is American politics right now, this conversation is it. This is American politics right now. Yes, it is political. And no, don't send that fucking AI image and pretend like that's what started this. That AI image came after you were sending that, by the way. Let me remind you, the word that you used with those images were, no one touches our boats. They, period, touched, period, our, period, boats, period. They did this. No, that image was after you started talking about, and in conjunction with you talking about Cuba killing American people. That is the most political fucking thing in the country right now.
Truth bomb. I mean, I'm fierce with it, but like, I'm cooking them, bro. I'm fucking cooking them. And then TJ responds to that and goes, okay, but nobody was trying to have a debate about it. It's literally just the news. Then don't fucking debate me about it. Then stop trying to tell me I'm wrong. You can send your little meme about justifying us murdering Cubans because they shot our boats after we invaded their space. You can send your little meme about that and fucking pom-pom cheerlead for Donald Trump murdering innocent fishermen in the Caribbean. I remember all that bullshit, and I let that go. If you want to do that, that's fine. But whenever I say, hey, you're a psychopath, which I didn't actually say, but, you know, I'm exaggerating. When I go, hey, you're a psychopath, then just let me be. Just let that happen. And just, if it's really noise to you and you really don't care, then just let it be noise. And don't say anything back. But no, you have to go on for an hour and a half and send paragraphs. And then be like, oh, well, it's actually not political. You're making it political. And now they're backtracking from their, oh, it's not political. Because I obviously fucking proved, I mean, it is political. And now they're going, well, anything can be political. Doesn't mean we want to talk about it. Anything can be. So, like, whenever, like, you just shut the fuck up, bro. What are you talking about? Anything can be political, so you're wrong. Like, no, asshole. It's like, God, bro. It's like he's trying to make it out to seem like I'm expanding the definition of political, and I'm like, well, look, it's political because, like, anything can be political. He's like, well, yeah, anything can be whenever you do it like that. No, like, this is fucking, like, it is the most, whenever you think of politics, in that moment of time, you would think about the things we're talking about. And Sam goes, just because it's a political event does not mean I want to get into politics. Me trying to inform people of what happened does not mean that I want to argue about it. But you arguing about it means you want to fucking argue about it, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Because I would agree with that. You just sending that message, yeah, that wouldn't on its own mean that you want to argue about it. You're right. I agree, actually. First fucking true thing you've said the entire time. TJ goes, you don't have to see it as an invitation to debate. I don't have to, but I did. Well, I at least saw it as an invitation to say something, or if not even an invitation, it's a fucking group chat. You sent that to a group chat with me in it, knowing that I'm a liberal and knowing that I disagree with it and knowing that I like to comment on these things and that politics is my number one fucking thing. So me just saying something back, okay, like, and dude, they send so many fucking messages just restating this. Dog, me telling you, you know, and all that bullshit. I'm not reading all that shit, but you can pause and read if you want. This is where I told him it takes two to tango. Please, fucking, can you see that? Oh. And then TJ keeps with his asshole antics and is just like, we just don't like you. We don't want you in the party. He was saying that he doesn't want me in the party because I turn everything into an argument, and then I correctly pointed out, like, hey, asshole, it's been like months since anything like this ever happened, and like the past 69 times we've been in the party together, I haven't said shit about it. Even when y'all bring up politics in the party, I won't say shit about it. I'll hold my tongue just because I know how it affects them. This was just one of the days where I finally said something about it, and it just blew up into this whole thing, especially since it was the beginning of the Iran war, and Iran, I mean, it's a massive thing. I mean, I couldn't fucking help myself. But then I point that out, and he's like, actually, that's not why. We just don't like you. I'm TJ, and I'm speaking for everyone. Sam sends me shit all the fucking time. Me and him talk about Invincible 24/7. I don't think Athens likes me, but I've never been close to Athens anyway. But yeah, Sam, quit speaking for Sam, faggot. I'm for real, dude. I'm for real. We don't like you. Such a cunt. Fuck TJ. I can't stand that cunt. Because you're insufferable and can't go one convo without trying to stir up a heated debate for you to try and win. So now he's back to that. Jesus Christ, bro. So I'm about to play an audio clip from TJ so you can see what a little bitch boy he is. And, just for context, this is after I was telling them that half the time, whenever we're in these heated debates, and I'm like, oh, you're fucking retarded. Like, I'll call my dog fucking retarded. I'll also call my dog a genius at times. Like, I just throw these words around, especially whenever you're, like, being hard-headed and you won't just admit that a simple fucking fact that I gave you is right, or you're completely misunderstanding what it is that I've been saying. Again, go back in this video and just rewatch countless examples that I've already given of both of those. But just listen.
Any hard feelings towards us after? So you didn't have any hard feelings towards us after calling us all that crap? Like,
Crap.
I genuinely don't understand.
You called us
why it's
all
in
that
your
crap.
vocabulary if you don't mean it.
Why is it
You
in your
say
vocabulary?
Cuss words for buzzwords, like
You're just saying
just
cuss
say
words
it
all the
just to
time.
say it, just to
Quit
call us
cussing.
whatever the crap you want, because it makes you feel better when you insult people, and you think it builds onto your argument. Whatever.
No, it doesn't build onto my argument.
It-
It's just that I've already given you my fucking argument, and you're too fucking hard-headed to either understand it or you just don't want to understand it. You're closed-minded.
There's no reason. Just stop saying it. This is why one of the many reasons that we don't
No,
like you.
I'm not. These guys don't understand the level of self-restraint that it takes to just be like a complete fucking robot and just like give them my points, and then after they won't accept anything that I'm saying, just be like, okay, that is understandable. You have a good day. So like, fuck that, bro. No, if you can't handle me being a little fierce, then you're just a little pussy. You're just a little bitch, bro. There are other people that can, and I don't fucking have time to be sitting there. Well, actually, I do, because I did. But like, it really doesn't fucking hurt me that much to not argue with it with you guys who can't take it a little bit. Some other people, most other people, everyone other than you guys can.
Especially me. I mean,
Oh, especially
you
me.
did not. You just said that you were able to be self-contained and didn't have any hard feelings.
I don't. I really don't. Like, I truly mean that to this. And I know I'm saying, like, he's a pussy, and he is a pussy, but that's different than his political beliefs influencing how I think about him. Like, hell no. Like, I really do not give a shit. The only thing that is influencing is them crying about it and whining about it and focusing on everything else other than the arguments. If we would just focus on the arguments, we could disagree and there wouldn't be anything wrong there. But they won't fucking do that.
Back and look at the bigger picture, and look at all of the names that you've called us. I think I'm
a
probably
lot.
second most after I just
Oh, he's the second most.
didn't care anymore. But
he had his little arc where it's like at the beginning he was like, why is my friend doing this to me? And then he fucking hardened up. He's hardening up to nothing. I genuinely feel bad for this guy because I don't know exactly when in his little fucking character arc where that eventually was, where he like toughened up a little bit. But you never had to toughen up, buddy. I never actually like saw you in more of a negative light than I did before that. I already knew how your shitty views were. And after the argument, we just went right back to playing Marvel Rivals or whatever we were doing, and I forgot about it. You know what I'm saying? It's you whose opinion of the other person is changing. Okay, it's not me. I don't have any hard feelings, but I don't give a shit.
like, you could have literally just not said anything and made it so much better. You just completely blew up your entire case.
Aww.
And to have the audacity to say that we can't be friends with anybody that thinks differently when we're
Truth.
literally just talking, and then you assume that we're being Republican about it.
What? Bro, what? I'm assuming that after they literally side with Donald Trump on everything and fucking gargle his nutsack on every topic and take the conservative standpoint, or at least Republican standpoint, on every topic? What? I'm just assuming that? Oh my God. And then also, that doesn't follow. What does me just assuming y'all have the conservative point have to do with me or you being able to be friends with somebody who has other opinions than you? That's not even the same fucking thing. Just an idiot, bro. Absolutely no brain cells. Let me play that again.
And to have the audacity to say that we can't be friends with anybody that thinks differently when we're literally just talking, and then you assume that we're being Republican about it, or conservative, and then you have to bring up your liberal side and try and just put us down and say that we're wrong.
I'm not bringing up my liberal side. I'm speaking my fucking mind.
Didn't say anything about it. All that was said was the fact that it happened. God.
He's such a little bitch. Oh my god. He's such a little pussy. I literally said in the audio that it wasn't cussing all of it or even most of it, even though y'all constantly fucking kept bringing that up. It's just the fact that you want to be argumentative on every subject. No, the fuck it isn't. I'm not argumentative on every subject. You guys were joking about us murdering people. You guys were justifying us starting illegal and offensive wars on countries that don't fucking attack us and joking about it and sending memes about it. Like, no, I'm just standing up for what I believe is right. You fucking twerp. Oh, and you wanna, in case anybody on here thought I was lying about not bringing it up whenever we were on the game, I got him to admit that. So let me go ahead and play the audio clip, and then I'll show what TJ said after it.
Fair to me to just pretend.
I said that's genuinely not even fair to me to pretend.
I've just been political every chance that I get, because it actually is not easy. This is my number one fucking thing. I love it. I genuinely listen to it all the time, even at work. It's genuinely what gets me through work half the time is I got some sort of secular talk video playing in my ear. I know everything there is to know about this stuff and more. And obviously that's a huge exaggeration, but I'm just saying that because I like it. And so, yes, I've been fair. I've not been arguing other than this one goddamn time whenever you bring up, like, my cream and butter. This is what I live for. This is my stuff right here. So obviously I'm going to give
I was trying to think of creme de la creme. That's what I was trying to think of in the moment, but I couldn't.
And then, yeah, I'm going to give my opinion. Like, holy shit, I deserve to be able to give my opinion, even if it goes contrary to you guys' opinion.
Yeah, like, I just want to speak my mind. I'm not trying to be argumentative on every subject and turn everything into political conversation. But whenever you guys bring up my number one interest, and then also, in the meantime, and at the same fucking time, joking about people, innocent people losing their lives, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do about that? Genuinely. So here he goes. He likes that audio message and goes, yes, you have stopped on the game. And I tell him thank you, because, yeah, I fucking have. He's just lying. Please go back and rewatch this whole video. I know it's 40 minutes long, but dear viewer, notice how every little thing they say, they go back and retract it. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, you're right. You actually are right. What I just said was bullshit. Except whenever it comes to, like, specific policy things and, like, you know, Trump and the government. But when it comes to, like, the dynamics of the group and what I was saying, what I wasn't saying, my tendencies, what I, argue about, all that, I'm right about. They're just making shit up because they want to justify their disdain for me, when in reality, it is just because I disagree with them. That is why they started to argue so vehemently on it. That is why they make up all these fucking excuses. Like, if they didn't care that I disagree with them, then they wouldn't be doing all this shit. Now he goes, it's that you make it so intense. That's what he's changing it to. It's that, oh, well, you make it so intense when we argue. So you don't make everything argumentative, but when we argue, you make it so intense. Again, you're just a little bitch boy. So now at least you're admitting it now that you're just a little pussy. Because there are people that take it. There are people that they don't give a shit. And I can take it from other folks. And then that's basically it. We kind of make up and we kind of apologize, At least we ended it on a decent note. But yeah, that was it. That was the gist of it. I mean, I skipped some things, nothing like important, but just like reiterating the same shit. Like, for example, I was telling TJ, like, you acting like I'm the enemy or something. That's true. I don't even know how I do it, but I do, even without the swearing. It responded to him, telling me I make it so intense. Like, yeah, I do. I don't know how, even without the swearing, I just, the way I talk about it is intense. That's what, I'm skipping over that. But yeah, all the main points, that was it. So you tell me who you think is in the right here, okay? Like, it just comes down to, do you think I was doing too much or not? And you might. That might be the truth. But honestly, I don't see what I did as that big of a problem. I don't at all. I did. I felt really guilty over it. I mean, this is 2 months after, and I felt guilty about it the whole time. I'm glad I finally scrolled all the way back up and went through this, because after rereading it, I mean, I don't really see what I did is that big of a deal. I genuinely don't. So yeah,